G'day legends, it's Mark here from North Oz, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how it is that I keep an eye on all the parameters of my vehicle, having a look at sensors, temperatures, all those things that I've been keeping an eye on this vehicle for the last 3 years, and also having a look at some newer products as well, such as this one here, where we can actually have a look and see what the vehicle is doing. We can do some error testing as well and see what is wrong with our vehicle. This is going to be especially helpful if you're planning trips where you're going remote and you're not anywhere near service centers. So I hope today's video is going to help you guys out and answer some of the questions that you have. Let's get stuck into it. Today is going to be a good one. So the first part of today's video is going to be talking about our day-to-day readouts so that we can compare them to our more challenging situations. And then we can then determine to see if there is a problem or not. So built into my center console, which is made by the Department of the Interiors, is a Scan Gauge 3. So it's a touch screen, it's a small touchscreen module that just sits in my center console here, and it's easy for me to read as I'm driving around. So I have a rough idea of what my temperature should be as I'm driving day to day, and then obviously when we go off-road, these are some parameters that I can look at because I have them on my home screen, and I can keep an eye on those parameters as I go into more challenging situations. So from here, we can see that I've got anyway on this home screen, we've got the boost pressure set up. So I'll be able to check to see what the boost is doing at different points in time. And that is actually pretty interesting to look at over the space of, different gears and different speeds. It's interesting to see how much boost is being forced into the engine. I've also got set up coolant temperature as well, which is just a basic temperature gauge to see how the engine is performing. Obviously, when I did my trip on Fraser Island, it was pretty, it got up there pretty high, but again, it was probably only about 5 to 10 degrees hotter than it is normally. So again, I'm just checking to see what is normal and what isn't. I've got my battery voltage there as well, which is putting out 13.6, which for me is fine. I've got my exhaust gas temperature there as well. So again, if that starts creeping up, I can kind of get an idea to see how hot the engine is running and how that's going to affect the performance of the vehicle. And I've also got my intake temperature as well, which is handy because although the temperature on the Landcruiser, in the speedometer area, although it's pretty close to what you would see here in the intake temperature, sometimes it's not always the same, especially if the vehicle is sitting for a little while in the sun. The intake temps are going to be a bit hotter, so it's good for me just to keep an eye on these parameters here. But if you would like to look at other things in this menu, you can chop and change. It's fully customizable. So when it comes to reading out information, the Scan Gauge 3 is very good at doing that. And it just kind of sits off to the side without being intrusive at all. And I can keep an eye on it throughout my daily drives and also some of the challenging stuff. It is also handy as well to be able to clear some of your major fault codes as well. Now, something else to consider is that without having to go out and purchase a whole nother item, is that if you have a head unit, like mine, I've got a VIDIA head unit. Some companies do sell, like VIDIA, they do sell an OBD2 reader to go along with it so that you can have similar capabilities in your head unit. Now, every device is going to vary in terms of power and what it can do. The Scan Gauge 3, to my understanding, is only going to be able to clear some of your major fault codes just to get you out of limp mode and to your nearest service center. When it comes to, like your head unit, for example, you're going to be looking at some more of your basic sort of diagnostics and readouts. So it does present a little bit of a problem because if you're really stuck out there in the bush and in the sticks, as you guys have seen from my videos, what do you do when it comes to trying to truly diagnose and resolve major issues when you're out on the road or when you limp your vehicle back to your garage and you want to have a crack at things yourself? What do we do about that? Well, I think I might have a bit of an option, a bit of a suggestion that might help us out with that. So for the first part of this video, we talked about our day-to-day monitoring with our Scan Gauge 3, also the fact that you can clear some of your basic codes without getting a huge amount of information, but it's still possible. And then you've also got like VIDIA head units, for example, where you're able to get a OBD2 dongle and then you're able to feed back some information to your head unit and keep an eye on your day-to-day. But this does leave us with a little bit of a problem because vehicles now are becoming more and more complicated. I was very surprised, we'll talk about this shortly, but I was very surprised at how many systems and how many readouts and how much technology goes into a vehicle like my Landcruiser here. Now, it's a 2023 model, but even then it's very, very outdated, given its term, the farm truck. But essentially, new vehicles that are coming out have got 3 to 4 times the technology this has. With AdBlue, obviously this has a DPF and it does have a pre-collision system. It has ABS, traction control, that sort of stuff. The bare minimum really, but in terms of today's I guess standards. But when it comes to new vehicles and the amount of technology they have now, driver monitoring and all these different things, everything has a system, and any one of those could cripple your vehicle. So obviously the more information we have, the better. So this does lead us to the next part of this video, and this will kind of be a good, not midpoint, this is going to be the next step. This is going to be the next part in our vehicle diagnosis and being able to run tests and see exactly what is happening with our vehicles. So if you're doing what I do, which is going remote and you're nowhere near service centers, then this next section is for you. So this next section also wouldn't happen unless it was sponsored. So MUCAR has sponsored today's video where we're able to check out their diagnostic tool, and it is also like a repair tool as well. So we're going to talk about that today, and it is actually sitting behind me. So it's an 8-inch tablet. Okay, so you get it in this nice case. It doesn't come with a wall socket that suits us Australians, unfortunately, but it comes with a USB to USB-C, and that's easy to just plug into any one of your adapters and charge it up. It's got a pretty cool design in terms of the way it's built. It's built pretty rugged, which is good, and it also has built onto the back of it, which is pretty cool, the OBD2 reader. So that actually goes into your OBD2 port, which for us in the if you driving a 70 series Landcruiser, that's just in the footwell, which I'll show you over, I'll overlay that video over the top of this. So I've been testing this for a little while now. Unfortunately, my vehicle is so reliable that it doesn't have any major issues wrong with it, but I actually did find out something about this vehicle by running a complete system scan on it. Now this is, and we're going to do a little bit of a review of this to see if this is worth your money. This is a $640 item at the time of filming this, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about why I have it in my kit and why I'm going to be doing a long-term review on it. So what this can do, and this is why it's part of this video, so this can diagnose and it can give you readouts and it can do everything and more that the things that we've talked about so far can do. So in terms of just getting some readouts and seeing what your vehicle is doing, it gives it to you in very, very specific percentages. For example, like your throttle positioning, it gives that to you in 2 decimal places. So it gives you a bit of an idea. Being able to set this up is pretty straightforward as well. But the main reason why I'm interested in this product, and which is why I've asked for it to be here on the channel, and I'm not being, told to say anything. I don't have a script. This is me testing out the product so that I can actually use it here on the channel. So this is cool for a couple of reasons. One, I don't know much about vehicle mechanics. I've made that very clear here on the channel. Over my 300 plus videos I've made on this channel, I'm figuring it out as I'm going. So why this is actually a useful tool is because it has an assistant built into it. So I was able to, if I wasn't able to figure something out, I was able to jump on, and I did test this out. I was able to jump on to the assistant, and I asked them, I'm trying to do a DPF regeneration. Can you help me out here? It's not working when I go through the maintenance section. Now, they actually said, oh, well, describe in detail what's happening, your usual virtual assistant. And then I actually got a reply from someone, and they said that you actually need to, this is a technical, the technician, they sent me a message and said you actually need to go through and diagnose the issue first so that you can repair it. So I thought that was pretty cool. That was just a little test that I did, and all that happened within the space of 5 minutes. Now, with Starlink available now for people, so all over Australia, basically, you can just, chuck your Starlink up, which I've done in the past. You can be in the middle of nowhere, throw my Starlink up, and I can connect using the Wi-Fi on my screen here, or on my tablet here. I can jump in and send them a message if something isn't going my way, if I'm struggling with something. So that was, I think, very important for me. Customer service is the number one thing I look for in a product. It does have also built into it an AI assistant too. So I was able to use that function through doing a diagnosis on the vehicle. So I actually did, it was very simple to do. So I just did a search of the vehicle. It rung up all the VIN for it. It did everything, chucked in a whole bunch of parameters, what engine it has, and then it showed me all of its systems. So it showed me every system is in this vehicle in like a tree, and then it was able, kind of like a family tree, but for systems on the vehicle. And then it was able to tell me kind of if I wanted to scan them, and then I did. I scanned them all, and it actually showed me a couple of things about this vehicle that I didn't know were actually a problem. And it goes to show you what the professionals can see, which is pretty cool. So the thing was that I actually put in a new set of taillights in my Landcruiser. Now, obviously, I had to remove the old taillights and then obviously put in a resistor in there so that they would work properly. Now, when I ran the scan, it had actually identified that as an error code in the past, or that it has some sort of system code or something in the system that isn't right, and it actually notified me of that. Now, I can also put in like my details. So if I decided to start a mechanic workshop and actually get qualified for something in the mechanic industry, in the automotive industry, I'd be able to throw in all my details, and it actually produce a report with my name and details and my company details. So I thought that was pretty cool as well, and that's also been saved now. So I have a report saved that I can compare to later on. And there's a little button that says compare. So if I do another one in the future, say another year or two from now, or before I go on a big trip, I'll be able to go ahead and click a compare and see if there's any issues, any wear and tear, any systems that aren't working before I go ahead and do some difficult tracks or some long trips. So I thought that that was pretty cool in that the way that it can identify all the systems and then be able to scan them all, save them, and then bring that up for later on as well. I did also bring up a few live diagnostics just to see how the vehicle was doing, rev the vehicle a little bit, warmed it up a little bit, just to see how the vehicle was performing just in the garage. And it was able to show me all the intake temps, everything. So it is able to do those functions as well. I think there was 60 plus different readings it could give us. 4 different banks of exhaust gas temps, as is in the scan gauge as well, but this gave us a little bit more detail. So when it runs a scan, it tells you what's wrong. It can also give you a little AI description as well, and it tells you kind of how to fix it as well. It has a little picture of it and tells you what needs to happen to have it fixed. To have access to something like this is actually pretty crazy. And it will be staying in my canopy just as I, obviously, and also in the garage as well as I do some maintenance on it. Something on this vehicle, and as I try to diagnose issues with it, as will happen over the coming years. What was interesting about this though, was that it has the ability to do general maintenance as well. So I need to replace my battery soon because it's been a few years and I run 12 volt, a lot of 12 volt off it as well. So I need to replace the battery soon. So when it comes to having to do maintenance, I can register the battery with the vehicle and it will understand that, oh, this is a new battery, especially when it comes to new vehicles. That's an important thing to do. And new vehicles are actually coming out where you have to go to the dealership to get a new battery. And you can't do it unless you register it with the vehicle. The vehicle will only think that it is still using a battery with low voltage towards the end of its life, or low cold cranking amps towards the end of its life, and it will treat the new battery like that as well. So I thought that was pretty interesting because we'll be able to use devices like this to save us some money, and it'll actually pay for itself in the long run. So that is interesting. Now, is something like this worth the money for you? I can't answer that. It really depends on what you're doing with the vehicle, how far off the beaten track you're going. I think for people who have vehicles that are probably on the newer side, that have obviously the OBD2 systems, if you have a vehicle like mine, I guarantee that you're going to run into some sort of issue at some point, and something like this is going to be very useful. But again, it depends on the person. Like if you're spending this kind of money on a vehicle like this, then it probably makes sense to be able to try to fix it without having to spend the extra money of going to a mechanic just to replace something like a battery, or a dealership to replace something like a battery. So I think, in my opinion, yes, something like this is worth it. Had I known something like this had existed in the past, I probably would have gone out and bought something like this. I didn't know that you could get something like this for around $600 and have it do the functions that it actually does. So I was very impressed by that. The way it works is pretty straightforward as well. You just plug the OBD2 into the vehicle, you press scan, and away you go. I mean, there's not really much to it. I don't have any or much mechanical knowledge, so for me to be able to do it should say something, I hope. So I just wanted to give a shout out to MUCAR for sending that out. That is a very interesting device that I will be spending a lot of time on and with. I've been using this device for quite a while in terms of I've been running it for the testing for this video. I've been trying out the online assistant as well, which they're still sending messages back and forward to me, which I'm not replying to because I'm making the video. So this is, and I've used up 11%. So the battery life, the build quality of it is good. I do like it. The case that they send it in is a hard case, so I've been very impressed with the quality. It's a nice big tablet as well, so you're not, if you got, kind of inaccurate big fingers like me, and you kind of, jutting around the screen, you do get a little bit more room on this, so you can actually, press the buttons without getting into too much strife. So, if you're one of those people that want to be 100% prepared for anything that you're tackling, I think something like that would be for you. But I think that's a pretty interesting product at a pretty interesting price point as well. So there it is, guys. We had been talking a little bit about our diagnostics, having a look and seeing how we can do that with some different price points in there as well. If you already have a head unit, maybe just buy a dongle to go along with it. If you need to get a center console, then maybe just buy one with the Scan Gauge 3 built into it. VIDIA are great for head units. I've been enjoying using them. The center console from Department of the Interiors are great. They have a lot of custom options that you can choose. And then we talked a little bit about our sponsor for today's video, which was MUCAR, and something as simple as a $600 tablet is able to go through all of our systems and be able to run diagnostics and compare them to old diagnostics that we've been running, being able to clear codes and obviously go that extra step further. And guys, as vehicles become more and more complicated, as people upgrade to newer and newer vehicles, we're going to slowly, and I think that, from the reports that I've read on newer and newer vehicles coming out, and also having to deal with some newer vehicles as well, we are hearing that they are becoming more and more difficult to have control over and service ourselves. Something as simple, like I mentioned, as a battery, we should be able to do that ourselves. And if having something like this product here makes that possible for us, then I think that we should be definitely supporting those companies to be able to give us access to those sorts of technologies that may only be otherwise accessible to dealerships. So hopefully that will reduce our reliance on the dealerships when it comes to some of those basic things. So guys, if you enjoyed today's video and you want to see more of these types of videos, make sure you subscribe and you hit the like button on this video. It'll help me out a great deal. And I hope you enjoyed spending a little bit of time with me talking about some of the different diagnostic and testing tools that are available. This tablet is pretty cool in that you're able to test a lot of systems out as well. You're able to run radiator fans up and down. There's a lot of things that I wasn't actually able to touch on in today's video, but as time goes on and I do a long-term review of it, I'll let you guys know how things go. But like I said, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with me today, and I'll see you very shortly in the next video. Take care.